Hello everyone. I thought I would just walk you through one of our pracs today that we'll be doing. So if you can see the sheet below, what we're actually doing is we are looking at to find if there's a relationship between voltage and current. So what I've done here is we've got a scientific diagram, okay? So we've got a battery. Now a battery is just any power pack, that's often what we call it. We've got an ammeter, and what an ammeter does is it does measure the amount of amps going through a circuit. And we've got a voltmeter and also a lamp to know that we have a load on the system, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk you through what I've done. So I've connected the circuit as above. I've started at 2 volts and record the current and voltage values. Increase the voltage at 2 volt steps, which is what each of the time you go onto the switch here, it goes up by 2 volts. You're going to graph these results, remove the globe and replace it with a different looking globe and report that again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the circuit on. I know I've got success because my globe is glowing a very little tiny bit, okay? But what we can see here is it is at 2 volts and we're going to measure it, okay? Now what we do is when we went back to here, we saw that the amp meter was in series and the voltmeter was parallel to the circuit. And that's always important. Amp meters go in series, voltmeters go parallel, okay? Now, sorry, the amp meter fell asleep. So I've got it on 2 volts now. The amp meter, have a read, is at about, should be staying pretty consistent, but I think the bulb is just, doesn't really like to be run under this voltage. So it is at about 0.5 amps. And when we look at the voltage, this is the voltmeter. Across the globe, we are getting to about what? That's 2.5 in the middle, whatever, halfway through. So 1.25 looks like it's going to be. So that's how many volts are coming across this, which means across this circuit we have lost a few volts, okay? What I am going to do is I'm going to increase it to 4 volts. What we can see, the globe is glowing. We have got the amps, okay, which are about just below 1. So probably at about, looks like about 0.7, 0.8. We go over to our voltage. We are getting about 3-ish volts out of this, okay? If not, what, about... So 3.5 is in the middle, probably getting just over 2. So I guess you could figure that out, which one exactly it is. And our globe is still glowing, which means we're getting electricity. We are going to up it to 6 volts. So 6 volts is coming out of the circuit. We've got nearly about 1 amp of power going through this system. When we look at our voltage, we've just got under 5. All right? So about whatever that'll be. So just under 5, we'll calculate it afterwards. I'll put it up on screen now. And we have our globe is going brighter, which shows we're getting more power through the circuit. All right, we go up again to 8. We have just got over 1 point something, okay, probably 1.1, 1.15 amps are coming through the system now. Our voltage, when we look at that, it's just at about 6, I would say. 6.5 probably is what we're going through. If each of those are about what? Get to a half, 7.5, in between there, about 6.25. All right. And again, we're going to pump it up one more time. 10 volts. We go back here. We have got about 1.3 amps are going through the circuit now. We've got a voltage. Remember, this is 10 that's coming out of this machine. All right, and we have got under 10, so we've probably got about 8-ish volts coming through it. Again, I'll put up the exact measurement. And we're going to do the last thing and go up to 12. So this is the max voltage that can come out of it. All right, so we have got about, again, unfortunately, the shadow there of the light bulb is not helping, so I'll see if I can cover it. We're at about 1.5 amps are coming through, and we have got about 10 volts of electricity. All right, so we can clearly see that we've got 12 coming out of here and only 10 coming across the light bulb, which shows you there's some electricity being lost somewhere, and most likely it's down to this bulb. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to... Hello everyone, so back at it again. As I said before, I was asking you to to do this experiment here, but I'm doing it at home, doing it at school, sorry. So what we're going to do is we've done our first bulb, and now I've collected another bulb, which is slightly smaller, okay? It's actually quite a bit different to the first bulb we've used. So these are two in comparison. All right, and as you can see, they are much, much, much different, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the same experiment we had. So I'm going to turn it on. We have now got 2 volts of electricity, all right? And look how many amps we have. So it's very, very, very tiny. We're going to go over here and look at our volts. So our volts, it looks like we're almost on about probably just under 2. So very, very good there. What we're going to do is we're going to turn it up again. Turn it up to 4 volts. We're going to see what's happened. So again, the amps have gone up a little bit as well. Again, I want you to look at that and try and take the data yourself. You can pause the video whenever you like. And same thing happening here. Here's our voltmeter. Great. We can see the bulb is starting to get brighter and brighter. 6 volts. Eight volts. So we can already notice the amps are a little bit different. Finally, second last, 10 volts. And finally, 10 volts. What did I say? 10 volts, 12 volts, sorry. So